Hi, my name's Natalie Ledwell, and today I'd like to share with you 20 abundance and happiness tips. Now, most of us have dreams, goals, and desires, things that we want in our life. And for many, happiness and abundance in nearly every area of life is very high on the list. So, abundance of wealth, abundance of love, abundance of happiness, abundance of friends, and so on. But a lot of people seem to struggle manifesting their dream life. So if you're one of them, here are 20 simple tips that will help you to invite more happiness and joy and abundance into your life. Okay, tip number 1 is to memorize something every day. Now this could be anything from remembering your neighbors' names to remembering anything, because by doing this, what you're doing is you're exercising your brain. Now, exercising your brain this way increases your neuroplasticity. Now, when you have high neuroplasticity in your brain, it means that it's easier for you to adopt a new thought, create a new neural pathway, which means that you can create new thoughts and adopt new thoughts that are in alignment with the life that you want to live. So memorizing something every day really helps to work your brain. Number 2 is to reduce your attachment to possessions. Now, I'm all for, setting goals that have, you're working towards your dream home or your dream car and the things that you need. But once you've set those goals, we then want to release that to the universe. So rather than being so attached to what it is that we want and that what we have and it has to be a certain way and show up in a certain time, when we can release that attachment, what happens is that we're going, well, I've put my order in and I'm going to leave it up to the universe. Now, when we do that, we're opening up the flow between us and the universe, and we're opening up to this or something better. So reducing your attachment and just making sure that you're happy, knowing that what's coming to you is exactly what's meant to. Okay, tip number 3 is to develop an endless curiosity about this world. Now, remember, the world is your oyster, and the more curiosity that you have, the more that you know, the more that you experience, the more you have empathy and compassion for others, and the more that you start to learn more about humanity as a whole. So it's not even just about other people, but about other places. And it really helps to expand your experience of the world, which also keeps you open to amazing and new things coming in. Okay, tip number 4 is to remember people's names. And we do this so people feel appreciated. When you listen to someone's name or you ask someone's name, how many times have you heard someone's name and then 5 seconds later gone, oh my goodness, what was that person's name? Here's the trick. When you ask someone's name, the first thing you want to do is listen to what their name is. The next thing you want to do is repeat their name back to them. This morning I met the lady who works in the mailroom at my building. And I'm like, honey, what's your name? She goes, Anna. I go, well, hi, Anna. It's great to see you today. And then I used her name a couple more times before I left. I'm like, Anna, I feel like I'm in here every second day. So I thought we should get to know each other. And then when she gave me my parcels, I went, thank you so much, Anna. I'll probably be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, so try and use their name as often as you can and really remember. You could even associate their name with something else that rhymes with that, so that it helps you to remember as well. Okay, so tip number 5 is to get fit and healthy and drink lots of water. Now, when we're fit and healthy, not only do we have all these amazing endorphins and healthy things running through our body, but we are more alert. We're more motivated. We have the energy to go that extra mile and to do the things that we want to do. Our head and our thoughts are clearer. And so it's easier for us to get ideas or come up with ideas of what we should be doing next. Okay, and drinking lots of water cannot impress upon you enough. A lot of us are really dehydrated. If you're drinking water, it means that it's keeping your blood viscous, which means that there's oxygen is being able to go throughout your body and including your brain, which is really important. That really helps us to think clearer, to be clearer, and to have more energy. Okay, tip number 6 is to learn to focus on the present. Now, even more specifically, live in this moment. Now, depending on what you believe about time and about the different dimensions and everything that's going on, apparently all that is in this moment. Now, when we're worried about the past, we're worried about things that we can't change. When we're focusing on the future, we tend to worry about things that may never happen. But when we're focused on this moment, exactly what's happening now, what happens is that we become more mindful. We're dropped in. We start to see things. We start to appreciate even more of what's going on around us because we are just appreciating and loving the delicious moment that's presenting right now. So get into a habit of really focusing on the present. Okay, tip number 7 is to smile more often. Now, how good does it make you feel when you smile? Better still, how much better does it make you feel when you smile and somebody else smiles back at you? So smile more often, because even the facial expression of smiling really helps to elevate your emotion and you put you in that higher frequency. So keep smiling. Okay, number 8, don't take life so seriously. Learn to laugh at the little things. You know, I remember when in one of my meditations, I had a mystical experience. You know, I felt I was connected to God and everything that exists. And I remember coming out of that meditation thinking, you know, when you understand how big all of this is and how amazing all that is, the drama of life just seems to be so inconsequential. And so now I laugh at a lot of things. I don't take things so seriously. I'm not offended easily. I'm not easily triggered, because really, when you understand that everything is divine, happening exactly when it's supposed to, sometimes when things show up that are not in my favor, the best way to move through them is to laugh. Okay, tip number 9 is to think positive thoughts. And this is just shifting from some default negative thoughts that we may have into something that's more positive. So if you find yourself, you know, saying things like, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, or I'll never be successful, and you become aware of these thoughts or these sayings as they come up, just stop for a moment and shift and go, no, you know, what am I choosing to think instead? I live in an abundant universe. I'm worthy of the wealth and the love and the health that's coming to me. So just stop in the moment, do a little reset, and then switch to something positive. Okay, tip number 10 is read books and open your mind. I love reading books. It transports me into a place where I am learning so much more. I'm getting to know the author. I mean, a lot of my friends are writing books and I love reading them as well. And not just reading books, but listening to books as well. You know, I'll often play an audiobook in the car or while I'm exercising in the morning. But to always be having some positive information coming in is such a great idea. And it really keeps me expanded and helps me come up with good ideas as well. So tip number 11 is get out in the sun. Now, don't bake out in the sun with the baby oil and like we used to, but be out in the sunshine. Yes, take some precaution, wear a hat, but the sun and vitamin D really does help to energize you. I know for me that if the sun is shining, I am a happy girl, and it really puts me in a very happy disposition. So even if you take a few minutes a day just to take a walk out in the nature or outside so you can feel the wind on your skin and the sun on your skin, it really helps to raise your spirits and your elevate your emotions as well. Okay, tip number 12 is help others. You know, sometimes we can really be stuck in a drama or something that's happening in our life right now. But when we think about it, there are so many people who maybe be worse off than we are. So rather than focusing on the things that you're challenged with right now, shift your focus, shift your energy to really look at how you can help other people. Again, it could be someone like a family member or your neighbor, you know, or a friend. But look at how you can help others. That's going to really help to raise your vibration as well. Tip number 13 is to be honest at all times, because lies lead to nothing but trouble. Be honest in how you show up. Be in integrity. You know, if you say a certain things, and show up in that way. And make sure that you are honest in a way that's really empowering to you and the other person as well. Remember, you can share what it is that you're feeling, and it's all in the delivery. And when you can do that from a place of love and kindness, then what you're doing is really helping to improve that relationship. Okay, tip number 14 is figure out what your goals and dreams are. The thing is, we all have a purpose here. Number 1, our purpose is to, play full out and do the best that we can. And then we all have a mission on how that shows up. So if you're feeling a little out of sorts, or you're feeling like you're kind of floating along and you're a little bit lost, then take some time to sit down and figure out what your goals and dreams are. Because once you're clear about what they are, then you can move forward in a very empowered way with purpose and fulfillment and with passion. Okay, tip number 15 is to travel more. It's really exciting and life-changing to be able to travel the world, to meet new people, to learn about new cultures, to experience new foods and new environments. It really does help to expand your heart and your mind. So I really encourage you to travel more. Tip number 16 is learn to be unaffected. Now what this means is learn to not be so triggered by small things, things that people say and other people's behaviors. You know, if you've read The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, one of the agreements is that we can't take things personally. Remember that everyone that's working with us or talking with us, what's behind them is, their day, what's happening in their life, their programming, their childhood, all the people that they know that are influencing them. So you've got all these filters that they're communicating with you, and they're coming to meet you in that moment. So if you can learn to be unaffected and not take things so personally, it can really help you to cultivate amazing, awesome, fulfilling relationships. Okay, number 17 is to develop the ability to forgive. So forgiving is not about letting the other person off the hook. Forgiving is about helping you to release the energy that you have around the story, the incident, the situation, the unforgivable thing that happened to you. Now, you don't do this to help the other person. You do this for you. You do this so that you can move forward without this past situation affecting you and holding you back in the past, so that you can move forward with so much power. So develop the ability to forgive. Number 18 is to learn to control your mind and thoughts. Now, there is always going to be times where negative thoughts will come up, or we will go into a default mode where maybe family members or friends have triggered us. But once we do that and we realize, stop in that moment and go, no. Again, like we were saying before with your positive thoughts, take a breath, reset in the moment, and then choose how you're going to talk, how you're going to move forward, what decisions, what actions you're going to take moving forward. Because when you can learn to really influence your mind and thoughts in a more positive way, you start to live life more positively as well. So tip number 19 is to learn to control your emotions. When we created the children's curriculum, a lot of what we talked about is how to regulate your emotions. Know what your emotions are. It is okay for you to feel your emotions. But again, let them pass through your body. Apparently it takes 90 seconds for the physical effects of an emotion to pass through the body, take a breath, and then again choose how you are going to move forward in a more empowered way. And number 20 is relax. Just relax. Everything always works out. And when you know that everything is happening for your highest good, you can just relax into knowing that everything is going to be okay. Now, before I go, I'd like to hear from you. Do you have any other simple tips on how to bring more happiness and abundance into your life without too much time or effort? Now, I'm sure our community would love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to the Mind Movies YouTube channel for more videos on the law of attraction and personal growth. My name is Natalie Ledwell. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.